Get ready to nerd out on the latest comic book movie news, pro wrestling, and more. Adrian, aka Entertainment Addict, always has the latest scoop and hottest takes on everything nerd culture. Right here on Nerd Talk.
Maybe.
I'm open to it.
I can see him play the main character. Yeah. But how is that going to work as a movie, though?
I'm not saying nope.
Right there.
Nope.
Yeah, let's not give anyway.
We're gonna
Let's
move
not
on
give
to the
any
next story. No, before I open up my big mouth. Oh,
All right, here we go. Before we go on to our next story, we do want to welcome our lovely guest, Entertainment Nerd.
Come on, guys.
What's going on?
Hey.
Oh. But yeah, that blew my mind about Chris Rock, like being that heavy involved in the next Saw movie, and people are like crapping on it. But I think
Yeah,
he's
that was
gonna kill it.
there was one production figure of The Rock with a couple other actors. I'm like, he's gonna be the next Saw movie. I'm like, wait. Chris Rock in a Saw movie? Is he gonna be a
Spiral, right?
Uh,
I think that's what it's called. I think.
Yeah. Is it a reboot of the franchise?
No, I think it's more like either a prequel
Or a continuation of?
or a continuation.
Yeah, I think it's one of those like like how they have the sub stories, how you have sub stories and it kind of breaks off.
Right.
Yeah. In the same universe type of thing.
Yeah.
Right. Gotcha.
It's also got Samuel L. Jackson in it. Yeah.
And you know that movie's gonna be R-rated.
Oh, it's got to be. It's a Saw movie.
Yeah, of course.
Saw movies are kind of one of the most cheesiest movies yet entertaining movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
True.
And how many were there before it just completely stopped? There were like 6 or 7 of them.
I don't know. I lost
Good
count.
Lord. I think there were like 6 and I lost count after that.
Get Patrick Stewart to be the hat or the boot. No, the dog with his British accent.
Yes, even better. Yes.
You're talking about like a Monopoly movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it.
Good. You catch it on.
And you have Ian McKellen
As the race car?
All right. No. So if you want to do that, then you have Sir Patrick Stewart be the hat and Ian McKellen be the boot.
I mean, Patrick Stewart already played shit, so.
Oh man.
I think it's one of those nights where Adrian doesn't give up.
Exactly.
Oh man.
He about to go off on this next one.
Oh yeah, Snyder 388.
See? I knew it.
You want to take this? Yeah, he's like, oh man.
You motherfucker.
I know you and Nikki were popping off as soon as this came on, dude. As soon as they announced it. Oh,
So yeah, we got a release date, don't we?
Yep.
Yeah, we do.
How did you feel about that Jared Leto silhouette Joker? I want to know your opinion.
I think it's Snyder doing Snyder shit. I think it's Snyder. Snyder needs to calm his ass down. He needs to realize like who's like putting food on his table. He needs to realize like he needs to stop like
let's see.
Biting the hand that feeds him. And I think at this point, I think he's doing things just to piss Warner Brothers off.
Listen, he got his second chance. I would do the same thing. I would piss.
You shouldn't though.
The fed me.
If you're looking at a long-term plan, if you're looking at a long-term goal here, don't do shit like this. I'm sorry.
But maybe that's the point. It's not a long-term thing. Maybe that's what he's doing. And he knows it. Thank you. He knows it. If you know it,
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. I mean, the thing about it is he's not a dummy.
No.
He knows what he's doing. I mean, even if you look the picture that was out there of the Joker, even is giving the middle finger.
yeah.
I don't know if any of you caught that.
Yeah. And I also think this is also him kind of giving in and catering a little bit too.
Yeah.
True.
And the reason I say that is, like you guys touched on, he's looking a lot like Arthur Fleck. A movie that produced $1 billion, right? So I think honestly, and I don't know, but I think if this was up to Snyder, his Joker wouldn't look like that. I think this is one of those things. It's a marketing thing. It's I recognize that guy. For the casual fans who don't give a fuck about the Snyder Cut, right?
Right.
Who probably don't even know it exists, but they see that image and they can tie it to something.
Yeah, absolutely right.
So I think some of it is a little bit of a bait and switch.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
You have to wonder also, like he did talk about how this is it. There's nothing more after this for him. But if he does justice with the second chance to like fix what Whedon did, and the people rave and love it, I mean, he threw a holy grail. He just threw it, and he said, "You know what?
Hail Mary."
A Hail Mary. Sorry, a Hail Mary.
There you go.
Let's see what happens. Holy Grail. Let's Hail Mary. Let's see what happens. If people like it and they go ham about it, dude, they're gonna want more. And if the people, if the demand is there, then we must supply.
That's the thing, though. Like, I don't think the demand is there. I think it's more overhyped than substance, because you have your like Snyder Cut movement, who, by the way, and I can get all the hate I want, I don't give a shit. I think they're more detriment to this movement than helping it. Because I think and it's not all of them, but I do think a lot of them are pretty toxic. I think the movement's pretty toxic at this point.
It's become. Yeah.
I think that your average person who has HBO Max, your average person who follows the DC EU, like I said, they don't know about the Snyder Cut, or they've heard about it, but not enough to really dig and care. Gotcha. And that's what I think Zack Snyder and the fans fail to realize is, you're getting your movie, congratulations, but if this is going to go anywhere, you need to appeal to a lot more than just your little pool.
True.
And I don't think there's enough Snyder Cut loyalists who, are going to watch a Titanic length movie, for one.
Unless it's really good, though.
Like,
well, the runtime was what, 2.5 hours?
More than that. Christian, like, it's close to 4, I think.
Yeah.
So
4 episodes.
So I think they should have split it up and did an episode like they were originally planning to do. To be more digestible. And people are like, well, you have the pause button, and I get that. But people who bring that type of stuff up don't realize how views work.
Interesting point. This is
very true. And us being in the YouTube world and having a little bit of understanding of that, streaming is this. I would imagine it's the same way. When they get their raw data, when they get their numbers, they're going to be looking at, okay, who watched this
and how many times?
Yeah,
right. And any viewing? Yeah.
Let me pop this up for you guys real quick, so the fans can see.
There it is. Yep.
Right
with
off
the middle finger. You're right. With the middle finger. Oh shit.
So I think that is actually Zack Snyder giving a fuck you to people outside the Snyder Cut movement,
Oh yeah.
It's like
Or
like
to read it.
that too. But I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
also like to people outside Snyder Cut movie, like, look what you made me do. Like, I'm having to put this Arthur Fleck looking motherfucker in front of your screen to get you to watch this bullshit.
Mm.
I may be wrong, but that's kind of a little bit what I read from it.
No, I don't think you're
Because
wrong.
it's such a
Yeah,
dramatic.
everyone has their own perception.
Because it's such a dramatic change from what the Joker, what Jared Leto Joker was, and Snyder had a little bit of input with Suicide Squad in the conception of all this, because at that point they were still working together and trying to create a universe at that point.
Yeah,
True.
So to go from what he looked like to what he does now, it's such a dramatic change that to me that screams studio saying you're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I see what you're saying.
And somebody brought up, and this is a fair point too, that hey, most of the movie takes place in the apocalyptic type of world, and yeah, of course his hair would be like grown out and stuff like that. But it's not only that. I mean, if you just look at the face, even it's dramatically different. It's not just hair.
yeah, everything's different.
Yeah.
But
So-
it could be Joker after the crash. You know, you got to remember the last time we saw the Joker was Suicide Squad when the helicopter crashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the end credit scene, the last scene, of the movie,
That too, yeah.
and his face didn't look any different
No.
Mm-hmm.
when he broke out Harley. So, yeah, that's to me this dramatic difference screams. We see the writing on the wall, and we know we don't have the common fan yet.
True.
No. And that's a big problem. That's but then you see that's the uphill battle that they're always going to face, because that's the thing with DC over Marvel, is that they never will have the common fan. You're always going to have your hardcores with DC. Marvel can cater to anyone, regardless of what it is from Marvel. Well, we'll see. I mean, we also got this real quick. A year ago, I was excited. I don't know where I am right now. I don't know. I'll watch it.
I was about to say, why are we watching it and reviewing it? Hell yeah, you bet I will.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
But if I wasn't in this sphere, if I didn't love comics as much as I did, and I do it as a YouTube channel, like would I watch it if that was not the case? Probably not.
If I wasn't a DC fan, I probably would not watch it.
Same here, but I will watch it, and there'll probably be a lot of things that we're gonna miss. Probably have to watch it like multiple times just to
We
get
should start doing a
everything.
watch party, guys.
Now, do you think they're going to release them all at once, or do you think it's going to be week 1, week 2, week
All
3,
at once.
week 4?
They've
No,
already-
I think probably all in one shot.
Yeah,
They
it's
have
gonna be like a 4-hour movie. They're not-
So,
How many parts will they split it in? 2 or 3 parts or something like that?
my understanding from what I'm hearing is it's gonna be like a 4-hour movie, but like you're gonna have like time cards. It'll be like chapter 1, blah blah blah,
yeah.
and then
okay.
and then at some point in the movie goes chapter 2, and so you'll have like pause points if you want them.
All right. Okay.
But that's my understanding is how they're doing it, because originally it was supposed to be episodic, and now they're just taking them and putting them all together.
Okay.
Oh, mix in one. Okay.
Okay, I got a question. If, in comparison, if the Marvel Universe would have taken their time with, building up a little bit longer the roster, do you think they would benefit the way possibly this Justice League would benefit from doing this episodically, kind of, because there's a lot of content that they're putting in there.
I do.
For you to take your time and like really not just fly through it, right? In 2 movies. No, they want to give you 4 hours broken down because
Like,
they really want you to feel it.
right. Like, I do feel like DC rushed a universe that for sure. Like, do I think they should have carbon copied what Marvel did? No.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the plan they had on paper, I think it was executed badly, but I think the plan was a unique, good plan.
It was.
Like, let's reverse engineer what Marvel did.
Exactly.
So instead of, like a Flash movie, a Cyborg movie, and blah blah blah, and then they come together as the Justice League. They were like, no, let's just bring them all together, which I think could have worked, but it was just executed badly.
Yeah.
It would, when the way they reversed it was beautiful plan. It was a beautiful plan because then you had Man of Steel, you had Batman v Superman. You knew what was coming next. You knew that Justice League was coming next, and now you're going to have everybody else. So what they did is, we're going to give you little snippets of who's out there and who we need for the next movie.
Mm-hmm.
You get to the next movie, and it's this big old donkey floppy dick.
Right.
But if it would have been done right, then you break it up where everybody goes to their separate movies.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But the problem is with DC and Warner Brothers is all they think of is money, 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 money. Oh, yeah. So now that we've gone separate ways, well, that movie didn't do right, so we're gonna just gonna scrap it. Oh, but wait, we're gonna make another Batman movie, and oh, but wait, we're gonna make another not Wonder Woman. We're gonna make a Joker movie. Yeah, and that's the problem with Warner Brothers, is that they can't get their heads out their ass and really figure out that if you give us one universe, it works.
Mm-hmm.
Get your head out your ass.
Mm-hmm. Like you were saying last time, they need a DC Films, and they need a Kevin Feige of that DC Films. If it's Walter Hamada, whatever, but they need to let DC Films be
DC Films.
And whether it's Tommy Emmerich or Greg Berlanti, I don't care, but somebody needs that freedom to make that roadmap without a bunch of meddling. And I was going to, speaking of the studio, I was going to say, like you talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League, the proof is in the pudding of how what the studio thinks of this movie, the marketing or lack thereof they're putting into it.
Mm-hmm.
You look at AT&T social medias, and they're blowing up about Zack Snyder's Justice League. You look at Warner Brothers social medias, and not a peep.
Mm.
Interesting.
That tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, that means that the parent company, the true parent head, has all the faith in it, but your own studio does not. There's a problem there. There's a huge problem there. It's a big disconnect. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And AT&T needs to see this and reshape the look of Warner Media.
Yeah,
without a doubt. You kind of semi-quasi detach DC and everything under and Dark Horse and detach it from Warner Brothers. You have to. And if that means detaching it from Warner Brothers and whoever heads it reports straight to the AT&T CEO, that's what you need to do. Mm-hmm. Just bypass Warner Brothers because they got other shit to worry about.
Just make them another studio that reports to AT&T. Yeah.
There you go.
And like I said, you put Walter Hamada there, you put Greg Berlanti, Toby Emmerich, whoever.
You put J.J. Abrams in there.
Well, yeah, it does sound like he's going to be a big role going forward.
Or you put him under HBO.
I was thinking. Yep.
You make him a part of HBO.
Because right now, how it seems is like you have Walter Hamada, and you have Jim Lee, who are kind of working together. Walter Amada doesn't know comics, so he has Jim Lee in his corner to tell him what he needs to know.
Yep.
But then it's like a director-driven studio. So you have J.J. Abrams over here handling. Sounds like he's probably going to be handling Superman, from what I heard, and then you have
Really?
Superman and Justice League Dark as his two pet projects. And then you have James Gunn over here in the Suicide Squad universe, and then you got Zack Snyder over here in his little toy pen, and then you got
Jeff Johns.
Jeff Johns. Yes, thank you.
You got Jeff Johns, and you got the director of Shazam, David. What's his name?
Ayers.
No.
Yeah, that is not Ayers. It's
Right.
oh, okay.
Yeah. And you got James Wan with Aquaman, and you got all these people doing their own thing, and there's not, like you said, it's not coherent. It's not streaming.
Right.
It's all branched off into different areas. Yeah.
And that throws off, like Ernie said, investors. That throws off investors because there's no vision. There's no actual vision. Like, this is where everybody's going to get together and we're going to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody sees that right now. Zack Snyder has this where, like, there's a border, there's a line, there's an invisible red line that, like, we're going to get to there, and then we don't know what the hell's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. We don't know what's going to happen, and we hope that it's going to be good for HBO Max because it is, and that's it. We have, I don't see them setting up for the future. Whereas WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier, and they're setting up for the next phase.
Of course they are.
I don't think that they're competing against each other, but if we're talking about money, they're not.
It's not even competition.
It isn't.
It's not.
They're not there.
And it could be. That's the problem. That's what makes me so sad and annoyed, is because DC could be a great alternative to Marvel. They're so polar opposites that that there's room for both of them. Room for both of them to do well.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't love or hate Jeff Johns. At least he was a comic book person, and at least there would have been one solid vision if they would have stuck with what he wanted, things didn't happen there. And I have, like I said, Jim Lee, who would be another solid vision. He knows stuff, but you need somebody who's a nerd, but also has been in the trenches and knows how movies work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Kevin Feige, for Marvel.
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know. I'm at the point of where I like my whole shit is I don't know. Where do you go from here? Well, one of the things that I've always said is you guys have this Smallville.
Mm-hmm.
Prime example, Smallville. Fucking awesome show. You then announce you're coming out with Superman Returns.
Mm-hmm.
It's your perfect grasp to bring in your at-home viewers and bring them to the big screen. You take Tom Welling and you cast them in Superman Returns. Perfect, because it builds they always said that he was never going to wear the suit and cape in Smallville. So they lied at the end. You see him kind of, sort of not. But you fast forward him to a movie where he is Superman. It's now bridging that gap of saying this is canon and this is canon. And we're kind of, hey guys, this is where we're trying to get. No.
Well, you know that why they cast Brandon Routh, right? Because they wanted somebody to look like Reeves.
Yeah.
Right, exactly, like Christopher Reeve, a young Christopher Reeve. That's the only reason why they hired Brandon Routh.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel?
But we all know how that movie turned out.
At least he got to play Kingdom Come Superman out of it.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Dude, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. It wasn't. Fucking Psycho Pirate was missing though.
Sure.
No, Psycho Pirate is beast still.
Yo, and then no, forget it. Not going there.
You already know. Psycho Paradise on
Yeah.
Omega level, kid. People don't even know.
Yo,
Mm-mm.
not going there. Not going there.
Nah.
Resist.
Don't do it.
One quick question here. So, would you guys give J.J. Abrams like the ball?
I would. Are you
Let
kidding
him
me?
take over
The,
DC.
bad
Like,
robot work that he has done.
Studio. Yeah.
This would
I
be like, hey, starting with
suppose.
Superman. You're starting with Superman. This is kind of our hard reset, in a way. Create the universe.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. I second that.
Or have him work hand in hand with what is it, Tommy Muschietti? And on Flashpoint, and like you guys, because that's what it sounds like it's happening.
There you go. Thank you.
And,
Yeah,
and then you reset from there. Which,
Yeah.
That's what Flashpoint is.
That's
So-
what Flashpoint needs to be.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Flashpoint needs to be. The problem is, do they know that?
I think so.